Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help. You save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where Trump is apparently a secret FBI informant, this is Ballot.
That's right. It looks like he's not in the Epstein files. He got us the Epstein files. Let's hit this. House Speaker Mike Johnson claims President Trump was actually an FBI informant working against Jeffrey Epstein. This is the kind of plot twist that would make the Twilight Zone say, okay, that's a bit much. Johnson made this stunning revelation while defending Trump against accusations about the Epstein files. When CNN pressed him about Trump calling the whole thing a Democrat hoax, Johnson essentially said, no, you don't understand. Trump was one of the good guys. He was working with the FBI to take Epstein down. Now, this raises some fascinating questions. If Trump was really an FBI informant, that would mean he was attending Mar-a-Lago parties with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell in the year 2000 while secretly gathering intelligence. That's either the most dedicated undercover work in FBI history or the most creative explanation for old party photos ever conceived. And wouldn't this all mean Speaker Johnson just revealed the identity of an FBI informant? Trump himself has been calling the Epstein investigation the Democrat hoax that never ends, which is an interesting way to describe your own undercover FBI operation. Usually when you're working with law enforcement, you don't publicly dismiss the entire investigation as fake news, which is why his undercover assignment is triple brilliant. None of us even realized he was working undercover. He should release the Epstein files so we can appreciate his work. The timeline here is particularly intriguing. Trump admits he was friendly with Epstein throughout the late 80s and 90s. There are photos of Trump and Melania with Epstein and Maxwell at Mar-a-Lago in February 2000. Johnson claims that when Trump first heard the rumor, he kicked Epstein out of his club. But Johnson doesn't specify which rumor or when exactly this happened. What's really awkward is that Trump's own Justice Department just concluded in July that there's no client list and no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals. So either Trump's FBI informant work was so secret that his own DOJ doesn't know about it, or someone's story isn't adding up. The Trump administration has apparently decided to embrace a bold new transparency initiative, letting everyone see the president's swollen ankles. During a meeting with Poland's new president, Trump sat in front of the Oval Office fireplace with his cankles on full display, which is not typically how diplomatic meetings are remembered in history books. The 79-year-old president's ankles were clearly swollen, bulging slightly over his shoes in a way that made them look about as comfortable as airplane seats. This was a notable departure from recent meetings where Trump has been strategically positioned behind the Resolute desk, which apparently doubles as the world's most expensive ankle concealer. The White House has been dealing with online speculation about Trump's health, including actual rumors that he had died and was replaced by a robot clone. The contrast with Poland's president was particularly striking. There sat the young Polish leader with normal-sized ankles next to Trump, whose feet looked like they were auditioning for a compression sock commercial. It was a meeting between two world leaders that inadvertently became a case study in vascular health.
Want to hear your favorite shows without any ads? It's easy. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, just tap the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening and unlock commercial-free versions of this show and all your other Calaroga favorites for just $4.99 a month. Even better, you get a 30-day free trial to start. That includes Palace Intrigue, your daily dose of royal family drama, 5 good news stories where we spotlight feel-good headlines, 5 daily trivia questions to test your brain, daily comedy news, bringing you the latest in comedy, celebrity trials for the biggest courtroom showdowns, and Taylor Swift Today for all things Taylor. Plus, coming September 14th, binge Season 2 of the hit series Crown and Controversy. This season, we explore how everything changed the moment Meghan met Harry, and the ripple effects that shook the royal family to its core. The power struggles, the family fractures, and the love story that rewrote the royal rulebook. All episodes drop that Sunday exclusively for subscribers. Go ad-free, binge more, and never miss a beat. Tap Uninterrupted Listening now.
So we just learned that in 2019, Navy SEALs attempted a secret mission to plant a listening device on Kim Jong-un's communications. And by attempted, I mean they killed a boat full of shellfish divers and fled the country without accomplishing anything. This is what happens when you send America's elite special forces on a mission that sounds like it was planned by someone who watched too many James Bond movies. The operation required months of preparation, presidential approval, and SEAL Team 6, the same unit that took out Osama bin Laden. The plan was to have these highly trained commandos swim 2 hours in 40-degree water, sneak onto North Korean soil, plant a spy device, and disappear without a trace. What could go wrong? Well, everything, apparently. The SEALs arrived at what they thought was a deserted beach, but there was a small boat nearby with North Korean civilians who were out diving for shellfish. Now, the SEALs couldn't see them clearly because their night vision equipment is designed to detect heat, and the divers' wetsuits were chilled by the cold water. So the most technologically advanced military unit in the world was defeated by the simple concept of cold wetsuits don't show up on heat sensors. Then came a series of what the military calls small mistakes. The mini submarines parked facing opposite directions instead of the same way. One pilot had to reposition his sub with the cockpit doors open, which may have created a wake or shown light that caught the North Koreans' attention. When the North Korean boat started moving toward the submarines with flashlights, the SEALs on shore made a judgment call. They opened fire and killed everyone on the boat. Then they discovered these weren't enemy combatants. They were civilian shellfish divers. The report says the SEALs punctured the boat crew's lungs with knives to make sure their bodies would sink. That's a detail that really makes you question whether this was the right call. Now, here's the kicker. The Trump administration never told Congress about this operation before or after it happened. That may have violated federal law, which in 2025 I don't think is going to matter much, as violating federal laws seems to be the actual game plan. What's the government focused on? Well, Trump posted on Truth Social that he's giving serious thought to taking away Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship. No, this isn't a rerun episode. He's at this again. He called her not a great American and incapable of being so. This is coming from a man who once suggested injecting bleach to cure COVID. Trump's been doing this citizenship revocation threat twice this summer. In July, he called O'Donnell a threat to humanity and suggested she should remain in the wonderful country of Ireland if they want her. Portions of today's show were made with the help of Agent 00 Cankles and AI. Release the Epstein files, you secret agent coward.
You can call me James. I spent 23 years designing aircraft that officially don't exist for agencies you think TV made up. Until I started asking the wrong questions. Navy ships are recording objects moving at impossible speeds. Infrastructure is failing in coordinated patterns. The moon looks smaller than it did 10 years ago. None of this is a coincidence. The official explanations don't add up. This is Paranormal Aliens, where we connect the dots they don't want connected. If you're hearing this, you know where to get podcasts. Follow Paranormal Aliens. New episodes weekly until they shut me down.
Want to hear your favorite shows without any ads? It's easy. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, just tap the banner that says uninterrupted listening and unlock commercial-free versions of this show and all your other Calaroga favorites for just $4.99 a month. Even better, you get a 30-day free trial to start. That includes Palace Intrigue, your daily dose of royal family drama, 5 good news stories where we spotlight feel-good headlines, 5 daily trivia questions to test your brain, daily comedy news, bringing you the latest in comedy, celebrity trials for the biggest courtroom showdowns, and Taylor Swift Today for all things Taylor. Plus, coming September 14th, binge Season 2 of the hit series Crown and Controversy. This season, we explore how everything changed the moment Meghan met Harry, and the ripple effects that shook the royal family to its core. The power struggles, the family fractures, and the love story that rewrote the royal rulebook. All episodes drop that Sunday exclusively for subscribers. Go ad-free, binge more, and never miss a beat. Tap uninterrupted listening now.